This is a Headgum original.
We did it, Joe.
Where is everyone?
We're supposed to have Emma Foley and Casey Donahue on this episode. And I have been told that they're in a meeting that's running late. But I was told that at 1:30. It's 1:53.
Right.
I don't think meetings run 23 minutes late.
That's late, especially for like a half-hour long meeting. That's like an extra.
Yeah, it feels like a choice, I guess is my point.
Right. Like they know that they're supposed to be here and they're actively choosing not to.
Yeah, it actually feels like the choice. Here we go.
Hey, baby, it's Huggies. Oh, and everyone, we're all obsessed with your delicate skin. So we made our softest diaper ever to help take care of it. Because when your skin's healthy, you're happy. Huggies, we got you, baby.
That commercial should be illegal, right? Don't talk about my baby's skin.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the choice callback, and then it was like, and now the end is near. It's like the Frank, My Way.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Frank Sinatra's My Way or the 110 North Highway. Let's get specific.
Yeah.
It's not just My Way or the Highway. It's a specific song called My Way, or it's a specific freeway called Highway. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really strange to do this one-on-one.
Right. It feels like more combative because everything is sort of geared, focused, laser.
Sure. At you.
On me.
Onto
at
me.
me. Right.
Yeah. And don't at you.
You guys can at me, but you shouldn't at me.
Do you mind if I do Foley for this episode?
For Emma?
That's pretty good. The Emma Foley episode. You can't just push a record 25 minutes. I'm sorry. Like, you're going to have to hold me back once they do join so that I don't say something uncouth or uncalled for.
Well, there's a chance they just don't show up, right, at this point.
And then what do? We do this for 45 minutes, just you and me?
Yeah, it could be an interesting special episode. A one-on-one.
Episode. A one-off.
Right.
A one-on-one.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly. You're having a bad time.
Well, I have an out in 45 minutes. I'm going to get a haircut.
Where?
I do it sort of near the office, but you can see what's going on here. It's kind of, it's getting on the longer side of Ruli.
It's getting on the Keo-surd, as in it's absurd that it's on the side of Keo.
How is Keo-seer doing nowadays?
I looked it up today, and he's not doing well, it seems.
Really?
Like, do you want to see one of his latest TikToks? It's just kind of sad. Like, it feels like he lost his following.
Well, it's interesting now that we've had TikTok long enough to have somebody rise and fall in fame.
Here we go. Where is the... Okay. So, like, this is something that he did the other day.
Yeah.
Are you Stephanie? Mm-hmm. Yo, where's my hug at? Where's my Jew at? Just got it. Brand new this year.
Yeah.
I like the car.
This is a good haircut inspo for me. I guess the bowl is back.
This one got me. No joke. Like, all of these are setups. There's not actually jokes. You can say POV, this, that, and the other, but if there isn't something funny, then it was just a setup. And that's coming from me, the host of this show.
Mio and Keo. Your camera is wobbling. Like, is it on a very loose desk or something?
It's on a sofa arm.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
This is just the best lighting in the house right now. It kind of changes throughout the day because I live in Laurel Canyon now.
But I wonder if you're sacrificing a stable angle for the goat lighting.
I mean, what's worse? I feel like the dark graininess of it is not worth the stability of the shot of the truck.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me finish.
Yeah.
I was just saying the stability of the shot.
To who?
To you?
You said to Billy.
No, I said the stability of the shot. That's the
Got
thing.
it.
Like, if you're not actually sorry, because I actually put a lot of time and energy and effort into these episodes, right? So if you're not gonna like listen to what I say to you on the show, let's just call it a day.
I'm listening.
You leave the Zoom and that's the episode. Yeah, let's call it a day then. I don't want to be here either.
6 minutes and 25 seconds.
I'm so happy to be here. This is amazing. My bond of the week is Ki Hui Kwan.
Was that an impression of him at the top? Like, what was that? I'm so happy to be here. This is amazing.
Yeah, like he kind of has that unbridled joy for an ungirdled goy.
Because he's not Jewish.
Right. He's not.
And he doesn't wear a belt, I guess.
He doesn't have a corset
Yeah.
or a Corvette.
Okay.
You can be in big movies and not necessarily be rich about it. I was talking to Billy Brick.
So you were talking to Billy because earlier you said stability.
I was talking to the Billy, and he was like, "Yeah, I did the Jesse Eisenberg movie, and now it's like I'm not rich."
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be famous but not rich, and you can be rich but not famous.
Yes.
Yes,
Of course.
of course. It's
Right.
hard, you know. There's a lot of what's that?
Which one would you rather be?
I want to be Jim Steyer,
Who?
the presidential billionaire candidate.
Got it. So you want to be so rich you can occasionally run for president, but ultimately not so famous that you can't just go out in public.
Exactly right. So Jim Steyer can go to the grocery store. You can go to a Lassen's, but also if he wants, he can equal parts go to a Lassen's or Alaska to campaign alongside Tim Kaine with pride.
Right.
Your will to live is being whittled down.
Right.
Right.
I guess I would go. Who's the GOAT Bond of the week? Huh.
You don't have to put that much pressure on it. Like, it really doesn't have to be the best one we've ever done.
Is this episode coming out tomorrow or a week from tomorrow?
A week from tomorrow.
Who's on tomorrow's ep?
It's the live stream episode.
So I wasn't there for that.
No.
Let's go John Rhys Davies.
Who?
John.
I heard you. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. Let me look it up. Probably an actor, I think.
Anya says, sorry, they're still going. How pissed is Amir?
John Rhys Davies. Oh, right. He's an actor from Indiana Jones. So he actually worked with
Ki Hui.
Hui.
Keegan Michael Hui.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so John Rhys Davies. They said, Anya texted you and said that they're still running late, but planning on coming, or it's like, it's not going to happen today?
It's not Casey's fault. If I have to blame anyone, let's blame Emma, right? Because she hasn't been there for me in the way Casey has.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Yes.
We're rolling.
Welcome to the new age. To the new age. To the big show. No, we are rolling at about 9 minutes deep.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, they're a photographer. Or no, sorry, they're a hairstylist on like photo shoots. And I was like, oh, like, have you done any like big shoots? And they were like, I usually work with Imagine Dragons. And I was like, okay, so you're like a millionaire.
How much do you think a hairstylist gets paid?
Per shoot, I don't know, 50, 100 grand?
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
$100,000, yeah.
It's a lot.
For a hairstylist.
Casey, who's your bond of the week?
Oh my God, right? Okay.
Casey was in a meeting 28 seconds ago.
I feel like you made that louder on my end.
You're just not acclimated.
I only made it, 1 second. I only made it louder on the high end.
My bond
Fuck
of the
you
week.
guys!
No, that was a non-joke. You shouldn't have been mad at us for that.
Emma's not even here. It's 5 p.m. there.
Yeah, it's late.
We were just in a meeting. I was in a meeting with Emma.
So what was the meeting?
I was curious. What is the meeting? Because it ran so late.
We were talking live stream ideas.
Classic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Geoff, you don't have to know about it because it's let's just say it's
no
a
way.
surprise.
Let's call it double trouble. Geoff's 48-hour live stream.
It's funny because surprising you again would almost be equally as surprising you the first time. Because there's no way we would do it twice.
What I will say is I would be down to do it again. You guys just picked the worst weekend it could have possibly have been.
No,
and if it hadn't
more
been
tired
that
and busy than that, I think.
That's true. I'm just always like not only cranky but aching for some hanky panky.
Well, this is actually good timing because tomorrow's episode is the live stream episode of the Headgum podcast, and then it was mostly you and Casey on the show.
Yeah.
And I actually got grief for not coming back and doing the Headgum podcast. But I didn't even know that you guys were doing it at the end of the stream. So like when I had family in town, I'm like, yeah, I can get brunch with my brothers and my nieces. And then I'm like checking Twitter and they're like, I can't fucking believe Amir didn't come back. And I'm like, come back? Like, come back for what? And it was this whole like controversy that spiraled out from there. So I'm curious to listen to this episode, which I guess people can now listen to because it came out last week by the time you're listening to this.
I'm curious.
I thought you knew what the schedule was because I was told that it was your idea to surprise me. So I was angry that you weren't at that episode.
I'm curious what
I thought it was Casey's idea.
Well, I pitched doing a 24-hour live stream, but then you said, and we shouldn't tell Geoff about it.
I'll take credit for it because that is a funny idea.
Well, the karma of it all is that I feel like in a content meeting last summer, I pitched the idea of doing a Headgum all-nighter. Not what I meant, though. I didn't mean this.
Right. 12 hours probably would have sufficed.
12 hours is an all-nighter.
With a warning, but the 24-hour plus the surprise.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't have done it for charity. Like, I'm sorry, but why? There shouldn't have been that element to it of like helping people who kind of need, access or expanded access.
But you would have still taken donations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would we not? There has to be cash involved, otherwise. The cows can't come home. And Emma's still not here. The meeting that Casey was just in, that we confirmed is over. Emma's not here. 36 minutes late past the time. And I guess at a certain point, my time becomes not even devalued, but invaluable. Because it's awesome.
Amir, what did you think the ending of the live stream was going to be?
I don't know, because people were working very hard on the schedule of it, like the things that would happen every hour. It was, I think you and Anya, Katie, a lot of people were working behind the scenes on making sure that there was something for every hour that Geoff was in there mostly.
Right.
But I wasn't entirely hands-on on like, oh, we should do this at 10, this at 11, this at noon, or midnight, whenever. So I was sort of hearing it as it was coming on. And I would like, check in on the live stream. I called in once or twice, but I didn't like have planned in my schedule, like, oh, come back at 11 for the Headgum podcast. Because again,
for sure,
I had this family brunch situation. So tell me who did work on the the schedule the most?
Yeah, it was Anya, Allie, me, Katie.
Definitely you. You were there the entire 24 hours.
They did more scheduling, and I was there physically making sure everything stayed on schedule.
But your plan was not to stay the whole time, right? You're like, yeah, I'll stay till late night and then leave and come back occasionally.
Yeah, originally. I mean, honestly, I kind of expected if I was gonna sleep, I would have maybe taken a nap on a couch for a little bit.
I think there should have been like a Betty by segment, right? Where like
we did give you a sleeping bag and pajamas at one point.
Right, but then there was no time built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no time that there wasn't something happening.
Yeah,
I think there should have been like
time.
a Betty by segment. Like who's somebody that with like a notoriously relaxing voice? Joe Latruglio.
I was gonna say Joe Pera is famous for
really.
He has like
really.
specials that are like Joe talks you to sleep,
and we could have gotten him easily.
This was
because Jake's brother-in-law is his best friend. But yeah, in terms of the live stream, I think I was expecting more out of Emma, in general, like not only on the stream, but also like going forward, hence thereafter. And then she's kind of let me down in that specific regard. Pretty consistently too, so I don't even feel bad saying that.
Oh, Emma's
hi
here,
guys,
actually,
sorry, I'm
right
late. Did I interrupt? Did I interrupt anything?
No, we were talking about baseball.
No, we were talking about live stream, and you said that Emma let you down.
No, it was just like America's pastime, pretty much.
In what way? Me, Emma, letting you down?
No, I just said that because you were joining, and I wanted you to think we were talking about you.
He has been talking about you.
Joke's on you because I didn't even hear.
Shit.
Emma, if you had any tweaks or suggestions to change about the 24-hour Geoff stream, what would you say was the biggest issue that we could have avoided?
I think for Geoff's sake, and I'm going to extend an olive branch to Geoff despite how I was greeted. I would put the people that Geoff didn't know as well earlier in the live stream to cause him less kind of emotional pain.
Got it. Some more strangers up top because he could coast on the natural adrenaline of hosting the stream. And then late at night / early morning when he needed the emotional support to have a friendly face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that resonating with you, Geoff?
That rings true, yeah. That would have probably solved all. We are recording, we should say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think what Emma said was too risky.
No, I mean, just to make sure that she's recording sound.
I am recording. I'm sorry. It's more visually I'm having some trouble with this. But I'm recording.
It's time for an Oscars recap. The Oscars were, when you're hearing this 2 Sundays ago, but for us recording it today, it was 5 days ago. What did you guys think? I mean, Casey, you're like pretty close with the Daniels, no?
Pretty close is an exaggeration, but I have known them for a very long time. I was very, very proud of my boys.
Did you go to Emerson?
All those awards.
Is that how you know them?
No, I actually know them through Vimeo. Back in the day when I worked at Vimeo, they started putting their stuff out then, and so we would like have them at
Staff
events
picks.
and stuff. Yeah, staff picks, perennial staff picks, the Daniels. So yeah, I met them through that, and
I thought you were gonna be like, it's funny. No, not actually. I don't know them from. I didn't go to Emerson, so I don't know them from that. I actually know them from this kink club in the Valley. I used to go to these Sensation Play Johns, and I used to see, if not Quan, definitely the other one,
Shiner,
yeah. Shiner had a couple Shiners after some Impact Play sessions too. He likes to get the shit beat out of him on camera. He's sort of cam-boying.
I mean, yeah, it's in the movie. Like,
What movie are you talking about? I have no idea.
Oh, Best Picture, Oscar award winning, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Didn't see it.
Jesus Christ.
Emma, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah.
How's that
Yeah.
short film that you were working on?
Good. I'm getting the edit back on Tuesday, actually.
Is the tone
For
of
the
it,
cut.
is it a comedy or is it more hard drama? There's a dramedy.
No, it's funny.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a dramedy. It's funny. The way that I have been the annoying way that I have been pitching it is like kind of like a mumblecore with like a very high octane through line narrative.
That's fun.
Wow.
So it's kind
I
of
think
like,
so.
that's kind of a juxtaposition in a way.
Yeah, in
So
many
the
ways.
tone is deadpan, but the actions happening are crazy to have.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we do
Exactly.
a lot? Sorry, 1 second. Should we do
Go on.
a live
No, go on.
director's commentary when it comes out on the show?
If you want to do that, I'll let you watch it first. If you want to do that, I'm game.
All right, cool. We do really have to move on. It doesn't seem like we have that much time for this Oscars recap. Basically, what did we get to? That Casey knows them from fucking Vimeo staff picks. Like, what even is that? Like, we didn't even talk about Paul Mescal's Cartier Tank Chinois. We didn't even talk about how Michelle Yeoh, according to RM, exudes luxury, which is probably the highest compliment someone can receive. We didn't even talk about Ki Hui Kwan's rise from the ashes of Phoenician. Is that the right word? Tale, arc, Noah's or otherwise. And also, we didn't talk about how, according to the producer of Everything Everywhere All at Once, never put a human being ahead of profits.
Do you want to talk about that?
He misspoke. Did you guys catch that? He was like, and it's like my dad always said, never put a human being ahead of profits. I'm like, your dad was an asshole, I think.
I didn't know that was part of the speech. I couldn't hear the speech.
For sure. Amir?
Never put a human being.
Sorry, you're muted.
Why is that a mistake? Never put a human being ahead of profits.
This is why he's the boss.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's the correct saying. Like, don't put people in front of money or something.
Right. I just think most people would say, like, humans are more important than cash.
I see. Did he mean profit? Like the profit? Like, yeah. All right. Okay. So just.
Und wir back. I'm going to Paris in a week.
Why?
It's actually a good question. It's pretty far away.
Je voudrais.
Are you gonna vomit?
Je voudrais to work on mon français avec les Parisiens.
You're going to work on your French?
In Paris, yeah, with Parisians. I took 8 years of French in high school. Because I was in high school
8
for
years of French?
Middle school through to the end of high school. We do really have to move on. Let's talk about March Madness brackets. Headgum's doing a March Madness bracket challenge. Emma, did you do one?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So let's make this quick.
Sorry.
Ryan Chambers already busted because he had UVA winning.
I did hear that.
And if I could just pull up what happened today, it's pretty funny if you had UVA going all the way. Go Cavs, go.
A crazy pick.
This is what happened.
Pulling up a highlight.
Four guards out there, along with Cedric, are their best free throw shooters. Clark in his
Very good defense.
Play the ball. 3.
Wow. What a shot.
Game over.
Just Ryan, like. All right, let's keep it going. Mexico City. Let's talk.
That's it.
Let's talk about
That
it.
was your sports report.
Mexico City, CDMX. Why does everybody keep visiting there? I mean, you've been twice in 2 years.
That's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all over the place, man. First you said, I'm going to Paris. Then you're like, let's watch a basketball highlight. Now we're going back to Mexico City.
It's like hanging out with my 5-year-old nephew.
Yeah, just relax a little.
You have to just kind of let me tire myself out.
Yeah.
Usually, but
I think what's nice about Mexico City is that it feels like a very European city, like you're transported halfway across the world, but it's only a 3-hour flight from LA. It feels like a huge cultural, geographical, flipping me off shift on such a short flight.
sure.
Besides, like, you know, the normal things like the food, the people, the architecture. It's a very nice, walkable, affordable city.
Yeah, the dollar goes pretty far there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You don't have to fly to Paris, basically, to feel like you're traveling very far.
Yeah, they don't speak French in Mexico City, though.
Yeah. Could have gone to Montreal or something.
Really?
Sure.
Sure. What's the bare minimum occasion that calls for champagne? Answer me.
You're thirsty?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Emma, what's your answer?
I really like champagne, so I actually would drink it not to quench thirst, but on any night that I was having a drink, I'd be happy to drink champagne.
So, like, you go out, you get one drink with a friend. You got a glass of champagne?
No, well, no, I can't do that. But I will get a Campari Spritz.
Campari Spritz, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I went to...
Which is just like... Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Where'd you go?
I went to a cafe the other day, and they had Campari Spritz, and $18.
They're going to say 18 spritzes.
I wish. I mean, if you want to spend half your month's in rent on Campari and soda water, be my guest.
Well, was that leading into something?
No, that wasn't anything. Let's just move on. First Republic Bank reached a rescue deal with other lenders and will receive $30 billion in deposits. Why don't I ever get $30 billion in deposits? I fuck up all the time. Banks get bailed out, but then I forget to upload the Headgum podcast on a Friday and I don't get a fucking stipend?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Really. The rich get richer, I guess.
Right.
What about the rich get
bad?
What about the rich get Richard?
Meaning?
Richard Kind?
I love that guy.
He is great. He's great in the other two. You guys ever see the other two?
Yeah.
No.
He's great in everything.
Welcome to Confucius or Lucius. Have you guys ever played this game?
No.
I have,
Only on
but
my
it's
own,
been a
never with
while. Yeah.
Of course. And you can do it on your own. It's just kind of, it's already sad to play it with other people. To do it on your own is psychotic. I'm going to list out some quotes and you guys have to attribute them to either Confucius, the, I think, Taoist philosopher, or Lucius, the Brooklyn-based indie band that scored, basically, Lonely and Horny, Amir's Vimeo series.
Yeah, we actually
got connected with them
because they're a family friend. Oddly enough, my mom is
friends with her dentist.
Yeah, her aunt or something. Jessica's, who's in the band, her aunt, and then we just became fans of theirs.
Yeah, their music's really good.
Here we blown up since then.
Sure. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius or Lucius?
I'm going Confucius.
Same.
He wouldn't have said it in those words.
Correct. Yeah, he would have used Mandarin Chinese, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
We'll only be bound by the things we choose.
I'll go Lucius.
I'll say Confucius.
Shmuel?
Confucius again.
Whoever said Lucius is correct. All right. Dusty trails can lead you to a golden road.
Well,
Lucius again.
yeah, I'll say Lucius.
Show me Lucius. Shee! That's absolutely correct. Sorry, 1 second. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance.
That
Lucius.
doesn't sound familiar, but it feels like a song lyric. Yeah.
I'll say Confucius.
Emma's correct. That
Wow.
was Confucius says
He must
never
have been
gives
in
a
a fun
sword.
mood when he said that.
Yeah, he would often speak in rhyming couplets. We could live forever if only we closed our eyes.
Gonna go ahead and be Lucius.
Yeah, I'll say Lucius.
That's got to be Lucius. If I know Lucius.
Correct! This game sucks. All right. I want you to... I want you to be everything that's you.
I hope it's not Confucius.
That's Lucius.
Yeah. Yes, Lucius.
Confucius says that.
Wow.
He's been saying that. I want you to be everything that's you.
Done, honey.
It's a nice sentiment.
Silence is a true friend who never betrays.
Lucius?
I'll go Confucius. I keep going Lucius.
Confucius to me too.
Confucius said that.
I'm so bad at this game. For having played it so many times on my own, I'm still really bad.
It's Confucius. Shit! Better give your heart than never give it all.
Confucius.
Wrong, actually. That was Lucius. I was just so ready for you guys to get it right. That was Confucius or Lucius. We've got one last segment coming up. This one's going to take about an hour and a half. Is that all right?
Are we watching a movie?
Yeah. Do you guys mind if we watch Speed Racer again? Let's get ready to humble! This is a segment I like to call Let's Get Ready to Crumble, which is about humbling me until I mumble and grumble.
Okay.
One by one, you guys have to humble me until I sort of crumble and grumble.
How do we humble you?
That's where the fun of it is.
By insulting you or like the opposite?
I don't think it should just be insults, because if they're just insulting, I'll like shut down and I won't hear the feedback. If it's genuine feedback, then I will have to not only be humbled, but also I'll eventually crumble and grumble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's hold all sips to the end.
I've been drinking the entire episode.
Mike just cut out. Let's start with Casey.
I'll go to the everyone's old favorite song. You're a really bad communicator. Even in the meeting Emma and I were in before this, Anya was saying like, well, I texted Geoff that you would be late, but he hasn't given any sort of response. So it's so hard to talk to you because we never know if you're even listening.
Here's what I'll say. Look at these timestamps.
I can't read them.
See that?
1:33 she texted me and I responded at 1:33.
Wow.
Oh, so you
What I didn't respond to was her asking how mad Amir was, which didn't feel like it actually needed a response because it was like, oh, they'll just join when the meeting's over.
Interesting.
But in general, you're absolutely correct.
But are you humbled for that?
Yeah, are you crumbling?
No, that's why you guys have to, it has to you have to do better than that. I know that I'm a bad communicator, and frankly, I don't care.
It seems to be building you up. If anything, you're doing better than before we started the game.
If anything, this is making you happy. Continue. Emma's turn, I guess.
I don't know what my feedback for you is, Geoff. I think. Well, this is like
Emma's like, you could stand to lose 5 to 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Holy
I'll start easy. I'll start soft. As good as the weight. You should come to New York more. You shouldn't be so LA based. I think it's limiting your comedy and your personal growth. So that's mine.
Okay. It's hard, because I do things like I spend money on trips to Paris, so it's hard to get to New York. That one kind of stung. Amir? Sorry, I'm just starting to get defensive.
I honestly don't know the point of this game, but
why?
I don't know if you want us to compliment or insult you. What's more humbling?
Humble me until I crumble and grumble.
Right.
That is the assignment. By the way, Emma understood the assignment. Casey understood the assignment. You didn't understand the assignment.
Yeah. I guess I'm sorry I didn't come back for the Headgum podcast to end the live stream. But I did have a familial obligation. My nieces were in town for the first time.
Yeah.
Since the pandemic, so I had to prioritize that. I didn't realize it would be such a polarizing / big deal. Had I had nothing to do, I would have come for sure. And I just, didn't want to make the whole thing about me. I thought you did great regardless of if me or Jake came back. I don't know if that humbles you to the point where you're crumbling or grumbling, but...
Casey? That had a neutral effect on me. I appreciate it, but it didn't humble me. If anything, I feel like a big head about it because I'm like, he trusted me to do it on my own. Holy shit. Humble me until I tumble, crumble, and grumble. At the very least, mumble.
I've got one. Will we be seeing you at our company bonding offsite in Austin, Texas this year, Geoff?
You will not. The last time I was invited, I think because Jake was like, you should come to the offsite. And I was like, no, I shouldn't. And then I was there and I was like, even more so, yeah, I shouldn't be here because we're doing team building exercises in specific departments and no other 1099 is here. So I was like, I probably shouldn't be at the next one when this thing costs thousands of dollars a head. Does that humble me? Of course, because I'm also sort of a cultural mainstay. Forget the company. I mean, in Los Angeles at this point. When people go to Zebulon and they don't see me, they feel like they didn't get seen the way they wanted to be. Yeah. Do you get how I'm getting confident? Because you guys aren't humbling
grumbling,
me?
Though, so maybe Emma is kind of winning.
I haven't crumbled yet. Okay, so we've got grumble. So far, we have at least one grumble. And now we're looking for the crumble. I need to fall apart. At the seams, on camera.
Yeah, I think I got something.
You pull out a gun. Oh! Yeah, I got something for you.
I think this is all very clearly a facade to everybody who knows you, watches this podcast. Anyone involved with the consuming Geoff. This is a very clear cry for help, a facade. Like you like to be so confident and like outgoing. If I'm not at Zebulon, people feel like they're not seen, and it's so clearly a scared little boy inside that is saying all of this.
For sure. Hanging on by a thread. Anybody want to take us home? Because I will crumble if you guys say anything further.
I feel like if you cut your hair, you would lose all your sense of self-worth.
And that actually is enough out of the three of you. Fuck you guys. All right, plugs. What do we got? What do you want to point the people to? The floor is yours. Let's start with Amir. This is bullshit. Why did I do this segment? Fuck you guys.
I'm still on
child. Follow me on
Twitter,
Instagram.
at Blumenfeld for my sort of rumblings / musings about the topics of the day. So check me out.
It's not.
Catch me there.
You're kind of like selling yourself as like a Jon Stewart type comedian by like your takes on certain things. Usually you tweet nonsense about how like Wenyan Gabriel went to a hibachi restaurant, maybe.
When in Rome, as you said.
Casey?
You can follow me at Casey Donahue on Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. But more importantly, listen to the Pit Wall. Follow the Pit Wall on Instagram at PitwallPod. It's an F1 podcast. I host it with Marika, and Geoff is there sometimes, and Jake is there sometimes, and Pyle is there sometimes.
That's the most accurate description I've heard of the cast of characters on that show to date. Best for last, Emma, what do you got?
You can follow me. I've never said the sentence before. You can follow me on Instagram at Emma Rose Foley. It's really just like a group of friends over there. So that's kind of the audience I'm posting for. And
oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just saw there's this person who has a vintage Datsun on my street, and he just pulled into his garage at like way too, like 20 miles an hour. There's no way he didn't crash it.
Forward or back?
Forward. Absolutely forward. And I think you have to be this forward going forward. Emma, sorry.
And my short film, The Poison, will come out somewhere at some point.
You should premiere it at the Woodstock.
More about on my Instagram. Sorry, go ahead.
Premiere it at the Woodstock Film Festival. It's easy.
Okay, great. That's no problem.
If it gets into Woodstock, I'll go there for it.
Okay.
And then we could go to Early Terrible to get a drink.
Okay. Well, it sounds like
champagne.
A drink of champagne.
Yeah. At Jeffrey James on Instagram. And that's it.
It's okay.
The Pit Wall. I don't have a ton going on. When is this coming out? March?
You don't have a ton going on and you can't make these Pit Wall recordings?
I do actually. I don't have a ton going on to point people to. It's all stuff that is unpaid speculatory work that will never pay dividends. Diesels. Mostly. Meetings where they say that we really want to work with you. And they don't want to work with me. They just have to fill their schedule so that it seems like to their boss they're doing something.
Are you still crumbling?
What's that? It ends right there.
That was a Headgum original.